Did you know that Sunday of Week 8 was National Tight Ends Day? Wow! The Rams suddenly have a much-needed boost with both Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua being back on the roster. They'll need them because Sam Darnold is pissed he lost last week. It's another back-and-forth affair. 4 drives, 4 touchdowns. JJ made an unbelievable catch that might not have actually been a catch, but the Rams did not have time to challenge because the Vikings rushed to get the next play off. Stafford said, "Oh, you can get a field goal? How about I just throw another touchdown?" And he did. Aaron Jones doing the 1-2 butt cheeks inbound for the catch. Sam Darnold got his head twisted around like the girl from The Exorcist. The ref was right there, didn't even see it. Who would have guessed that all the Rams needed was their 2 best wide receivers back in the game to win? Montgomery had a rushing and a throwing touchdown in this game. The Lions are excelling at trick plays. This one to Laporta. Happy National Tight Ends Day. The Lions beat up the Titans, dropping multiple Acme anvils on them.
Just go take a shower and don't come back till you smell better. Ugh. And be careful, there's some men moving a safe out there and I don't want you to... And be careful of the box of fireworks because... I suppose I should mention the plate glass windy.
Even when playing the Lions' backups, the Titans can't do anything. Quite an embarrassing loss for them. At least with Will Levis, we got some memes out of their shenanigans. A sneaky good game by Calvin Ridley, though. Richardson had a nice touchdown pass to Josh Downs early on. Welcome back, Tank Dell. He had a really nice touchdown grab. At one point, Richardson actually took himself out of the game. He did go back into the game after a few plays, but it was a bit odd.
Man, tired. I ain't gonna lie.
The Texans played down to the Colts in this game, but ended up sneaking away with the victory. It's too bad that they lost Stephon Diggs, though. He'll be out for the rest of the season with an ACL tear. Not to mention, Joe Flacco is going to be the starting quarterback for the Colts next week. And the rest of the season? Look, if you had the Terminator and an underperforming team under your wing, would you let them slip to 1-7 or ball out? Winston is in this week and he leads a classic Browns good opening drive. Neither team could really get anything going until the second half. David Njoku got a touchdown. Happy National Tight Ends Day. Lamar and the Ravens are hot for one drive, cold the next. They give the Browns too much time at the end of the game, though. I can't believe I'm saying this, but Jameis Winston, the preacher, leads the Browns down the field for a game-winning touchdown to Tillman. Or is it? Because Lamar is now driving down the field like a bat out of hell. But in the end, the Browns win over the Ravens and break their 20-point barrier for the first time this season. The preacher already threw more yards than Watson did, just proving that the preacher should have been in since week 4. I don't want to get too excited because we're still 2-6, but you have to savor these wins during the season like this. It's almost impossible to come back and make the playoffs with this kind of start, especially in this division. But with Winston, Chubb, Njoku, and Judy, there just might be a chance. What's that sound?
It's not often that you get another opportunity like you have just received in the NFL. What does it mean to lead these guys, and what could be the start of what you said is something special moving forward?
Man, it's a white boy from Detroit that I really admire, named Eminem. He said, you only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity lasts once in a lifetime. And I know I got a quote, Eminem, he from Detroit, he right up the road, but man, I'm just grateful. I'm grateful that the Lord provided me with this opportunity. I'm grateful for my teammates, my coaches, and these amazing fans.
Jordan Love was in and out of this game, much like the Jaguars in general. Kraft got a touchdown. Happy National Tight Ends Day. In the end, the Packers won by a field goal again. They've now beaten a top 10 team and a bottom 5 team by a field goal. A win is a win, though. The Bucs were looking good in their creamsicle uniforms. Feel good, play good, even without their big-time wide receivers. Kirk and Baker once again put on a show. Kyle Pitts, happy National Tight Ends Day, had 2 touchdowns in this game. An absolute shocker. The second one, he seemingly dropped the ball before passing the goal line, but we'll let that slide since it's such a rare occurrence. In the end, the Falcons steal victory from the Buccaneers' grasp once again. The Patriots arrive in Boston just in time for the Tea Party. Amped up on the words of their coach calling them quote-unquote soft, the Jets are their prime target, foaming at the mouth, needing to show the world that they can still play ball. Yeah, it wasn't a pretty game. The Jets mismanaged the clock and threw out timeouts like crazy. Drake May even went down with a concussion in this game. Jacoby Brissett, he didn't play a perfect game, but he got the job done. The Jets. What can I say about the Jets? First things first, get Greg the Peg Leg out of there. He is losing games for you at this point. Shanking field goals left, right, center, whatever. Aaron Rodgers seems to be controlling this team with an iron grip, allegedly, getting Saleh fired, giving up much-needed draft picks for Devontae Adams, and still allowing Nathaniel Hackett to somehow be in the facility. Right now, they're doing worse than last season when they were starting Zach Wilson and Saleh was starring in toothpaste commercials. It can't get much worse than that. Tua is back and slid on a scramble. The crowd cheered harder than ever before.
Dare I say, that was the biggest round of applause this afternoon.
The Dolphins seem to be getting back in the groove, but a wayward snap goes over Tua's head, leading to a safety. Both teams fought to the very end, but it's the Cardinals with a last-second field goal that came out victorious. Notice how important a good kicker is in the NFL. Jets. Well, it finally happened. Josh Allen threw an interception. Right after a big gaffe by the Seahawks too. But the Bills' defense made a huge stand at the goal line. It then became a rain game, pouring down over the stadium. As Tom Brady likes to say, the balls are wet and they can slip loose. Make sure you have a strong grip on your wet balls. Allen makes that mistake, unfortunately. He will never lose grip on his wet balls ever again. You gotta be careful with wet balls. Dalton Kincaid gets a touchdown. Happy National Tight Ends Day. The Seahawks fall in this game in frightening fashion, going from a frisky, fun team to one that is just asking more questions each week. The Bills got a nice dominating win though. Much like the window in dark skies, they stopped the Seahawks in their tracks. First round pick versus second round pick. Two exciting and emerging talents going head to head. The game wasn't as exciting as you'd think though. A few Commanders field goals and a ton of flags. Eventually though, Swift breaks off for a huge run and touchdown, putting the Bears right back into it. They took the lead with a mere 20 seconds left on the clock. Jaden Daniels, he had been feeling that rib injury from last week all game, but in the final moments of this game, he throws a Hail Mary that rebounds off of a defender's hands and into the arms of Brown for a touchdown. The entire area of Washington, D.C. felt the 5.0 magnitude of this earthquake as every house, apartment, and bar erupted in cheers. After the dust settled, a video of one Bears safety jawing at Commanders fans instead of following his target will go down in history as one of the most embarrassing blunders in NFL history. Dak threw 2 ugly interceptions in this game, one straight into double coverage. George Kittle gets a touchdown. Happy National Tight Ends Day. Dak seems to only want to play good football in the fourth quarter. Either that or he desperately needs to pad his stats each game. Him and CeeDee Lamb have a great drive with 3 big catches and a touchdown, but just when the Cowboys needed Dak the most, he went to sleep on his Tempur-Pedic mattress. The 49ers seal the game with a big third down run, giving Dak a kiss on the head and tucking him in for the night. The teams exchanged field goals. Pickens had some smooth moves, but Wilson wasn't seeing the field well early on. Pickens had 2 touchdowns taken away from him, one by a face mask and the other because he didn't get both his feet down. I feel like 1 foot being down twice in a row equals 2 feet down. It's a bit unbelievable. More field goals exchanged. It's a thrilling game in Pittsburgh. From swapping field goals to swapping punts. But wait! On one of the Giants' punts, the Steelers take it 73 yards for a touchdown. After that, the game started getting interesting. There was a great grab by Jefferson and a touchdown by Austin. The Giants responded with their own touchdown. But what was that 2-point play try? Holy crap. Russell Wilson tries to scramble and loses the ball. But it doesn't matter because TJ Watt does the triple turkey. He sacked Daniel Jones, made him fumble, and recovered it all on his own. The Steelers put the game away with an interception off an overthrown pass. Danny Dimes, more like Danny don't win.